soon. Gives us the feeling of that. Yeah. Should we have an exec session either before the next meeting or before the meeting, first meeting in July? Because of the requirement that we have to stream our program.
Yes, we should. If before is preferred, that's fine, or if it's stick around for a few minutes afterwards, you can, whatever's gonna be best for everyone's schedule.
My preference, my suggestion, I wouldn't say preference, suggestion would be to do like 5 o'clock
Yep.
or this. And then that way when the meeting's done, nobody has to hang around and
Sure.
this and that.
Okay.
And sometimes you get the after meeting discussions.
Right.
And then if you got some guests, like the Chronicle or
Yep,
whatever, our preference, we have an exec meeting, it's the board, and people here, and nothing, you know, that's who the exec is for. Maybe Kyle Persinger.
Yeah, but.
There's no way to heat that water back.
I know, but if that happens.
Thursday, June 5th is our next.
June the 5th is the next scheduled meeting. I know, I'm not here on June the 19th. Well, no one's here on June the 19th, because that is Juneteenth.
Oh, that's Juneteenth.
So we had made a calendar switch, so we need to make sure that those are the right dates.
Okay.
But
I can check.
that's probably going forward.
So June, I thought that, isn't it Saturday, the Juneteenth, but Thursday, is
Well,
Thursday the Juneteenth?
The 19th of June is Juneteenth.
Is Juneteenth, okay.
So that's
You're more familiar with that one than I am. I didn't know, now, do they celebrate it on the 19th, or do they have a special, like a?
I don't know if there's a special thing or not,
Special,
but the actual
I know it's
day
a
is-
legal holiday,
Yeah.
it is a legal holiday.
That improves on what I care.
Did Brad get a hold of CSC or?
Yeah, Brad and Chris are the ones that went out there and said, I think it's a private fire application.
What was the
He said that,
address?
For her that called in, or where they're
Yeah,
at,
her.
hers is 632 North Lanes Lot.
Okay, so it must be that one right there.
Okay, so in June, the 19th should move to the 26th.
Move to
So
the 26th.
So the first meeting would be the 5th,
Move to-
so June the 5th, and then June the 26th, because in July,
Jim Swan.
July the 4th is Friday, and I figured nobody.
Nobody, we would cancel June the 3rd, July the 3rd, I'm sorry.
Well, then we can bump that to the 10th and the 24th, because there's actually, yeah, because then there's a 5th Thursday in July, so it actually works out really well.
July
10
10
and 24.
We can do that.
Okay. We'll just announce it at the end, that like next meeting is June 5th. However, our second meeting in June will be the 26th because of Juneteenth. And then July, the 10th, 24th because of
Yeah.
July 4th, the week holiday.
So whichever June meeting it works best for to have that
Hey,
discussion.
going on?
Hey, what's happening?
They took the G
Living the
Maybe.
dream.
and then tried to
You're on the golf course today?
Yeah, I actually have it. We don't took a shower though.
Oh. Did you hit them good, hit them long, hit them straight?
I won some money today, so that helped.
Oh, you won some money?
Yeah.
Oh, my. Wow. Big event then, if they're.
Yeah, they had, today,
MGA or something?
no, this is just a one group. They also had an outing out there, somebody's getting married. Great kids, his daughter's getting married.
Oh,
double check, or double detector check.
okay,
Yeah, so whichever one is more convenient for the most people's schedule.
That's what we would require.
in many ways, I think the 26th would be,
No one-
because then it's right before the next meeting,
Okay.
when it's gonna happen, and what you think it would be better.
Okay.
Go on.
I thought you were, we're talking about an executive session meeting, because in July, to meet the state legal requirements, we have to stream our meetings.
Yeah.
And then we would have a brief discussion of what we have to do, what we need, protocol. We're at, camera's gonna be basically up on top of the screen there,
They
and
should.
just advise people, bring them up to date. I thought the one just before the meeting, rather than the month before the next meeting, might be a better time to do it,
Yeah, when we have,
which would be like June the 26th. Now, June the 5th and then June had 14 days on, that's the 19th, but that's, I'm informed, is Juneteenth. So we're gonna move it to the next week, which would be the 26th.
okay,
And then similarly, the 1st of July, first meeting in July would be July 3rd. Everybody's gonna be on holiday, vacations, and so forth, so we're just gonna move it to July 10th and July 24th for July meeting dates.
okay. I'm okay. July
Are you okay
10th,
with that?
July
Yeah.
10th and July 24th.
Right.
And then there's still a fifth Thursday in July, so you still get a gap between there and the first August
You got
meeting.
the 31st in there, so you've got a 2-week gap
Right,
as a result of it, so.
We are streaming tonight, we're just not publishing.
Okay.
So Jason's doing another dry run for us.
Is that the gentleman who was just in
Yes,
here?
he's our head IT guy.
Head IT guy, okay, okay.
Yeah, so he's doing that, he's just not publishing anything, so.
Sure, sure. Okay.
so we are canceling the 7-3,
7-3 is gonna be moved to 7-10.
right,
I
And
didn't
then
figure we'd
it's
have
2
very many
weeks
people
later.
here the night before the 4th of
I,
July.
I would not wanna have a meeting, I would not, schedule one.
Yeah.
and no 17th.
And then the 10th, we're just gonna move 2 weeks out to the 17th, or the 24th.
Yeah, so-
Okay,
Yeah.
And then I
That
think
would-
that August picks back up okay.
It should, because the week after that is July 31. Then you would go 7 more days, and we would be
This clean run was
Get his
pretty good
tomatoes,
size.
get his tomatoes, Brandon?
Yes, and I planted his tomatoes, and then listen, like 3 days ago, I said, Dad,
the claim.
Well, the.
I got all these tomato plants, I said, but my water's not on it. He said, well, call the water company. I said, well, are they gonna allow me to do that?
I figured we're
Sure,
not
yeah.
into bond payments.
So I called a
yet.
water
We're usually
company
into
and,
January,
Robert